What's up, scene decoders? Welcome back to another episode where we break down the latest and greatest in anime. I'm your host, and today we're diving into what might be the most intense episode of Solo Leveling yet. Season 2, Episode 11, or Episode 23 overall, titled It's Going to Get Even More Intense. And let me tell you, that title was not lying. This episode delivered on every front, and I'm still recovering from the emotional roller coaster. Let's get into it. So the episode picks up exactly where last week's horrifying cliffhanger left off, with Japan's Charlie team being absolutely slaughtered by our new big bad, the Ant King. Those opening seconds set the tone immediately with the sheer brutality of those deaths. 3 S-rank hunters getting their heads ripped off in an instant. That cold open coupled with that disturbing piano music, pure nightmare fuel. It's a perfect way to establish the stakes. If Japan's S-ranks, who we've been told are stronger than Korea's, are getting decimated this easily, everyone is basically doomed. While Jinwoo is noticeably absent for most of this episode, it actually works in the show's favor. We finally get to see South Korea's S-ranks in action, and they do not disappoint. The animation during their battle with the Ant Army is some of the best we've seen in the series. The way they showcase each hunter's unique abilities is just chef's kiss. Baek's beast transformation, Choi's firepower, but the absolute standout has to be Cha Hae-In. Her combat sequences are just gorgeous. The way she moves like she's dancing while slicing through enemies, the anime really makes her attacks feel both graceful and deadly. When she delivers that final combo against the Ant Queen with that swelling music underneath, it felt like watching an angel take down a devil. That's how you showcase why someone is an S-rank. What's really cool is seeing these typically lone wolf hunters working together as a well-oiled machine. Their egos are checked at the door because they recognize the challenge they're facing. It makes for some truly epic teamwork moments. And then, he arrives. The Ant King's entrance at the Queen's chamber? Perfection. That high-pitched noise in the background, like his magic power is creating a concussive blast. That scream that's somehow both beast and human. Absolutely chilling. There are so many parallels between this monster and Jinwoo. Both represent the pinnacle of strength for their evolving species. Both are massively overpowered compared to their peers. The anime even uses the same dark aria, theme that played when Jinwoo slaughtered Hwang Dong-suk's team back in Season 1. The way the Ant King tears through the S-ranks is horrifying. These are characters we've come to care about, and they're being swatted away like flies. Cha Hae-In, who we just saw demolish the Queen, gets launched through the air like a boomerang before smashing into a rock pillar. It's a brutal way to show just how outmatched they are. But the most gut-wrenching moment has to be Min Byunggu's death. The way they animated this scene is absolutely heartbreaking. After the Ant King impales him, the camera switches to Byunggu's first-person POV. First, he looks ahead at his best friend, Baek Yoonho, who can't do anything to save him. Then he slowly looks down to see the Ant King's hand has completely pierced through his torso. That cinematic direction turns what was already one of Solo Leveling's most tragic moments into something unforgettable. I'm not crying. You're crying. What makes it even more disturbing is learning that the Ant King can inherit abilities from things it consumes. That's how it gained the capacity for human speech after eating Byunggu. The way its voice slowly matures over a few seconds until it sounds completely human. Akira Ishida's voice acting there was phenomenal. One thing I was worried about from previous episodes was whether the anime would maintain the political tension between Japan and South Korea that's such a big part of the Jeju Island arc. Thankfully, they kept it in. The scene showing the sinister side of the Japanese hunters as they celebrate the destruction of Korea's military might and decide to leave the Korean hunters to die? Cold-blooded. It reveals a side of Goto that seemed somewhat toned down in earlier episodes of the anime. I think this actually works better dramatically. They held back on showing his calculating nature earlier to create more contrast when we see his true colors here. But even Goto was no match for the Ant King. And that cliffhanger. After nearly an entire episode without our main character, Jinwoo only speaks one word in the entire episode. Exchange. But it's the most hype moment of the episode. The Ant King is desperately searching for the King of Humans, and just as all hope seems lost for our S-ranks, we get that tease of Jinwoo's shadow army revealing itself. Help is finally on the way. The episode ends with a promise that the best fight in the entire anime is coming next week, with the next episode titled, Are You the King of Humans? I literally cannot wait. Cha Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 11 is everything I could have hoped for. It delivers incredible action while still maintaining the heart of the source material. The animation quality during the key moments is phenomenal, and the horror atmosphere they create with the Ant King is genuinely unsettling. After a couple of episodes that got mixed reactions from fans, this one is an absolute home run. It stays focused on one storyline, which gives the narrative room to breathe, and it builds anticipation perfectly for Jinwoo's big moment next week. What did you think of this episode? Are you as hyped for next week as I am? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Scene Decoded content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our breakdown of next week's showdown between Jinwoo and the Ant King. Until next time, Scene Decoders, stay awesome.